You probably feel that way every time you come in here.
Good morning.
What is that?
Tanya Anna is going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you, Tanya. We have a guest with us today, Matt Literal from the State Department. And also thank you to Quick Trip for the sandwiches and our culinary department for the students. Thank you. And now we're going to turn it over to Mr. Bill.
Thank you, Jamie. Hi, everybody. Everybody have a good holiday? Yeah. Is this the longest week ever or what? Man, I've been so happy for Friday. You guys hear that okay? Okay, great. Well, we're changing the format up this year a little bit, and I'm going to give each of the senior directors an opportunity to visit with you to share what's going on in their areas. What are you doing, Zed? So give them an opportunity to update you on what's going on in their work groups and also for our major initiatives that are going on around campus so everybody can be up to date with everything that's happening. So look forward to that in the upcoming months. Beginning today, give you a little bit of a board update. We did have a pretty substantial meeting last night for two reasons. We had a lot to talk about and it was my evaluation. So it went pretty well. Last night we revised the budget. Kim presented a new budget for the school year, which has a small increase in our revenue, and she's going to share a little bit about that with you here in just a bit, but I think things are looking pretty well on that end. I brought to your attention last month about the tobacco, the possibility of banning tobacco on our campus July 1st. Our board did vote to approve that. We will become a tobacco-free campus beginning July 1st. Tiffany presented the marketing plan. Each year we have to present a marketing plan to the board to be approved to go to the State Department of Career. Appreciate that. She did a good job. And on a positive note, very positive note, the board approved, as we knew they would, the National Board Certified Stipends for 7 of our teachers. So 7 of you can look forward to those on Jamie, or the last payday of this month. Is that right, Kim? Okay. So that's pretty much what happened with the board meeting last night. At this time, I want to get serious for a moment and recognize someone who's given a substantial part of their life to Tri-County. As you recall, last May, we began inducting people into our Wall of Commitment, those that have spent 20 years or more at Tri-County Technology Center. And I believe we did 7 or 8 last year, and we went back a little bit. And so from here on out, we'll have 1 or 2 a year. And today we have the opportunity to recognize somebody who started with us when she was 15. Help me congratulate Tammy Garcia.
I think a lot of people don't know what Tammy does, but she's responsible for making sure that we have all of the students' Pell Grants taken care of, work study programs taken care of, and numerous reports that require many tedious details that none of us would want to handle, so Tammy, so much for that. And actually 21 years.
Okay, now we have Last night at the board meeting, the board approved for Melanie to receive 12 days of shared sick leave. So if you guys would like to donate shared sick leave for Melanie to be able to take 6 weeks of maternity leave with her new baby boy, let LaVon know. She is due January 28th. No, February 6th. So she would very much appreciate anyone that would like to help with her sick leave. Also, the board approved our HR specialist position. That position is still open. It is not on the website, but if you know somebody that would like to apply for it, they can go to the website and use the application link and apply that way, but the board did approve that. So those are our personnel updates. I'd like to recognize our January anniversaries. Our first one is Janet Batdorf. Janet, is she in here? She's been with us 1 year. Juan Benavidez has been with us for 4 years. Brian Chaya, 5 years. So get your pick out prize this year. Brenda Walker, 12 years. Kathy Zoller, 12 years. Michelle Rigdon, 14 years. Dylan Vaughn has been with us 15 years as well. Dan shared with me on the Quick Trip sandwiches. Those are part of a program that Quick Trip's doing today called Hit and Run, where they're dropping off sandwiches at various businesses. And what Daniel Clutter told Dan was that they make these sandwiches fresh every day in Tulsa, and the sandwiches that don't sell, they actually donate to homeless shelters and different charities in the area, so they're being good corporate citizens. And I know they have a Facebook page, so if you would like to thank them for donating the sandwiches today for the Hit and Run, I'm sure they would greatly appreciate that. Jake.
Next we have Dr. Struggle with the Baldridge update and White Bison Awards.
Hi everyone. I'm usually supposed to be quiet during these meetings, so this is a new thing for me. So thank you, Mr. Fields, for being bold enough to let me have a microphone. It's very, very exciting stuff. Probationary period, oh my gosh, I've been on probation so long. 12 years, gosh. I do have 3 things to share with you. I want to tell you a bit about, update you on Baldridge, our Baldridge initiative, and where we are on that. Just going to say a pinch about security, and if any of you have any questions about security or what's going on with that, open forum, ask me whatever you want. If I don't know the answer, then I'll let Mr. Fields answer. And then I have some candy bars to give away to for Tri-County Superstar. Let me tell you a bit about Baldridge. You know, the earning, let's put it that way, earning the Oklahoma Achievement Award is a step for us to be able to apply for the National Malcolm Baldridge Award. And it is a strategic aim for us, a major initiative under the Instructional Learning Excellence Strategic Aim. So can you kind of see our operational plan and see how that's laid out? So we have Instructional Learning Excellence, and the strategic aim of the strategic aim is Instructional Learning Excellence, and the major initiative under that is earning the Oklahoma Quality Award Foundation Achievement Award. Achievement Award. So we earn that award in order to be eligible to apply for the National Malcolm Baldridge Award. So we have been working on writing our application. We have a process team to help with that. There are 6 members of that team, including myself, Dennis and Angie Cash, Jason Godfrey, I saw Jason somewhere, wait, Jason, in the back, Jamie Ryan and Brent Ryan are on that team. So the 6 of us are writing that application. And I have to tell you, it is such a humbling experience because it's everyone's work in this room. It's all of the processes and all of our results, and we're writing a story, really, is what the application is about us. So the examiners understand us and understand who we are. The application is supposed to be 50 pages in length. It will be 50 pages in length. And we just finished our first rough draft, actually. And we have lots of gaps still to fill in, and right now it's 67 pages. And that is single-spaced, 10-point font. So obviously, we have a lot of wonderful things to say about Tri-County. So in the next few weeks, we'll be finishing up our draft, and then we will really start editing it big time to get it down to those 50 pages. Then sometime at the beginning of next school year is when the examiners will actually, in person, be on campus to talk with all of us about our processes and some of our results. Then after that, in October or November, is when we find out that we earned the achievement award. So that's kind of the trail that we're on. We're still learning about Baldridge and Lunch and Learn. We're going to learn about Baldridge on the 21st some more. We'll have a couple of examiners with us on Professional Development Day on the 21st. So we can keep learning. You don't have to know everything now. Just kind of hang on and know that the whole thing, what it's about, is us getting better, continuously improving, looking where we're at, looking where we've been, and looking what we can do to get better. So it's really something that we've been involved in for a long time. Does anyone have any questions about that? Super. Let me tell you a little bit about security. Just like I said in the Friday announcements and what we've been communicating with you over the last couple of weeks, we're going to see 5 new faces on our campus, and the first one will be here starting Monday. So we'll have some off-duty Ormsville police officers and some Washington County deputies that we are hiring that will be with us on campus. We'll have a different person every day. So we'll have one officer on campus every day. And typically it would be the same person. So Monday would be this person's turn, and Tuesday would be that person's turn, and Wednesday would be another person's turn. But it's not always going to work like that, including on Monday, because the gentleman, the officer that would usually be serving us on Monday, has to go to work on Monday. So he switched with the Tuesday officer. So I don't want you to get wrapped up about who's here or who's not supposed to be here, but there will be someone here every single day, starting on Monday, in their uniforms, with their vehicles, and let's just welcome them and make them part of our family. Thank you, Angie. Make them part of our family. So visit with them, say hi to them, welcome them, help them know their way around the building, and invite them in if you want. If you want them to come and talk to your class and make a presentation, you need to work through Brent or I to do that so they can be warned, so we can be sure that we pick which one of them would have the best gifts to be able to do that. Speak to them. It's okay to tell the kids they're going to be here. The students are going to notice that they're going to be here and say, oh, there's a police car on campus today. Yeah, he works for us now. It's actually four gentlemen and 1 lady will be serving us. Does anyone have any questions about that? Okay, cool. Ready to give out some candy? We have 4 superstar educators I want to recognize today with White Bison Awards. And the first one is our drum roll, Mr. Johnny Parks. Is it sugar-free, Johnny?
Yes.
Our next white bison is David Johnson. Come on down. Where's Dustin Smith? And our next recipient actually earned 2 white bisons. You're going to have to keep up with that one. I don't know about that. Susan Peterson, come on down. Thank you all very much. Have a great afternoon.
And now we're here at Strategy Center update from Claire.
Thank you all. It's good to be here. We've had a pretty good middle of the year here. We right before the Christmas break, We signed a pretty substantial contract with the Osage Nation to do a lot of training. We've been doing, Tanya, pair up this whole group, Angie, we've all been doing some assessment work with the Osage Nation to determine what they think they need. We kind of identified those and have signed it's an annual contract for them. So we're pretty excited about that. It's turned out real well. Tri-County is making a big impact in Pawhuska. We're doing some work with the Chamber of Commerce in Pawhuska. Some of you may be familiar with the hot topics that we do with the Chamber here in Lawrenceville. We're doing something similar with the Chamber in Pawhuska with Mike McCartney over there. It's called Food for Thought. We've had one, and we had an attendance of about 40 people. That's a pretty substantial number to attend an event like that in Pawhuska. So we're pretty excited about that. Some of you may know, you may have read in the paper last night about the fire that the Osage Museum had. There was some smoke damage, but not a lot of structural damage. We've offered our incubator facility over there as a resource for them to store some of the artifacts and things until they get it all cleaned up. So we're getting a lot of good public relations out of that. Things just seem to be going really well. We're getting a lot of good feedback from the people in Pawhuska about the change in the atmosphere, the positivity that's coming out from our involvement there. So we've had one short-term course beginning computers that has already been completed. They began a photography class last night. It's going to go, I think there's 8 sessions of that. So we're beginning to make, get our foot in the door over there as far as the trainings through Tri-County and the other trainings that we offer. We have met with the hospital in Pawhuska, the Sheriff's Department, 2 or 3 other groups, the Minerals Department for the Osage Nation, the BIA. And so we're planning some additional trainings with them. But other than that, we've had a real good year, and really looking forward to helping the community here as well as our manufacturing and industries here, trying to put together a consortium of some of the manufacturers here to provide training with them, and we're working with Northeast Technology to start I guess it's kind of a helper instruction for plumbing, masonry, carpentry, HVAC, and a couple other things, kind of train people to become a helper, not to become a plumber or electrician. So there's seemingly a big need for that. We're doing that through Northeast Tech with the Charity Nation. So a lot of things have been going on, and we've got a great staff, as you all know, and really proud of the work they've done this year.
Thank you, Liz. And now it's time for Tim for financial update.
Before I start, I'm going to make a little announcement real quick that's not on the agenda for Levon. She has worked so diligently and has your W-2s done. Yay. So you can pick those up. We'll have them with your paychecks on Tuesday, or if you want to stop by, they are up at the front office with Lori. Can't get your paycheck today, but you can go get your W-2 if you'd like to stop by. Well, everybody's under your house anyway. Look at that. Okay. So, here we go. We've talked about I would revise the budget at some point, so that's done. And I still have hair, had to dye it, took over the gray. So our original, the far column on the left is where we were at to start the year with. And then now the next column is amended. So I raised the revenue about $333,000. Of that is tuition. So we've got kids are paying their tuition. We had 45 new adults start in January, so thanks to Enrollment Services and all the programs that you guys welcome those in. That helps raise that. Pell is another one. Tammy Garcia's got an godly amount of students that are qualifying for Pell. So with that, we get more money to turn around and give back to them. So the Pell kind of is both sides. It kind of comes in on the revenue, and then you'll see that If you notice on the expense side, where our bills was $9,500,000, we went to $9,800,000. And that's because the bills come up whenever you bring Pell in, we have to turn around a lot. That goes back out to the students as well. Also in the revenue line, culinary has already met their goal for the year. So far, they're on track with their revenue collections where they should be. So thank you everybody who comes down and supports them. So once they run out of their money, I give them more money. And then they have to make the revenue on that. Once they make the revenue on that, then they can get more money if they want. So it just kind of keeps replenishing itself. So we raised revenue for what will, where I raised the expenses because I had to give David more money. So I had to raise the revenue on the other side as well. Another on the expense side too was some unplanned things that we kind of weren't aware of back in June when we did the budget was we weren't for sure yet on what bus other schools we would get to contract for us with the bus deal off of the Emerging Leaders Group. So we had the co-paying contract there, and then we also had a problem. We had too many kids coming from Nowata to Oklahoma Union, which is a good thing, that we had to get another bus. And so now we finally got the other bus, and Dennis has got a little less headaches and everything to field trips. So we had another bus lease expense there too. So a few little unplanned things. But overall, so right now, and our carry forward is set for $2,303,000. That is with taking out all the money, saying that everybody got their full bonus at the end of the year. If you remember on the major initiatives, we set under fiscal and operational effectiveness, our KPM, under a major initiative, we said our fund balance will be $2,375,000. That's because that's accounting for the bonuses, cost us about $175,000 in June. So once we pay that off, we would carry forward $2,200,000, which is what we had budgeted. So we're still on top of it. We have $2,300,000 plus really that $175,000 on top of that if we didn't pay bonuses. So we're on track. So we should be able to hit the carry forward to be able to get bonuses. So revenue as of today, we've collected $7,567,000. Quite a bit of a jump there. We have $2,500,000 from last month, and that was because our ad valorem check came in January, and I went down and picked that up. The biggest check I've ever held in my life. It's $3,200,000. So a little nerve-wracking walking to the truck and running the thing. My 9-year-old said, "Mom, is that your money? Do we get to keep that?" I wish, dear. So what we still need to collect is $4,565,000. A little bit, some of that comes from the formula. And then our ad valorem, you see it was $4 million we started to collect. Now we're down to $1,892,000. So everybody's paying taxes, and that's great. So we have $1,471,000 left to collect. Go to the next one. So now our graph is skewed because we were trucking on down, but now I revised it, so I raised our revenue estimates back up. So now it kind of makes it look like we're going to collect more. So get on your horses and start collecting that revenue. No, we'll still be okay. You guys are doing great, and we shouldn't have any problem hitting our target as long as everybody's is frugal about what you need to buy, and be cautious about turning your lights and stuff off whenever you're out of your room, turning computers off. The whole energy deal, we may not still be monitoring it or reporting it. We've talked about maybe doing quarterly still with you guys, so we are still watching that. So try to still keep making a difference, and don't just because that year was over, we're done. Who cares now? Because we still do care. It'll make quite a bit of a difference. And I didn't have any bright ideas. Nobody was bright this month. No, we had lots. We have one that we're working on implementing. We're not got it implemented yet, so our process is we wait till it's implemented. Once we have it implemented, then we give the light bulb. And then I was also supposed to mention, start submitting those ideas. If you have anything that's just burning back there in your head that you just think is a great idea, send that through. And if you're in question about it, send it through anyway. We'll look at it and we can tell you if it should have been sent through or not. But we're kind of down on the list this year for a number that we should be having submitted if we look at our Vision 2020, our goals. So if there's anything you can think of, send it through.
Thank you, Jamie, and thank you, Kim. Appreciate the update. I told leadership yesterday to kind of give you some insight to where we are financially. We've had some very candid conversations in this room, of course, and in leadership team meetings and work group meetings and whatnot. I shared with leadership yesterday and also with the board last night that my first year as superintendent, On December 31st, we had $58,000 in the bank. This year, we had $775,000 in the bank. So, our plan is paying off, ladies and gentlemen, and it's because of everybody, certainly in this room, and making good use of our resources. During that time, we've all been given the opportunity to receive raises, our instructional budgets to maintain. So it's just about being aware of where we are and making good business decisions, and I think we are making good business decisions. So thanks to all of you for that. At this point, I want to talk to you about something that's very near and dear to me. I love the superintendent's forums. We get to cut up and have a good time and spend time with each other, share bread, and I really enjoy them. Today I want to talk to you about something more serious, something I get to do a couple times a year. I put my serious hat on and visit with you. When we rolled out Vision 2020, we shared 4 very significant goals that we believe would help put us on the map. We're well on our way. One of the items that we've talked about extensively, and it's certainly starting to make an impact at our school, is the foundation. The foundation is making a significant impact at Tri-County. I want to share a little bit about that with you today. 2 years ago, we had 0 commitments from Tri-County employees to the foundation. Today I want to share 3 numbers with you that I think are pretty profound, numbers that I'm very proud of. The first number that Deanne's going to share with you today is the number 93. 93 represents you. 93 employees who are giving not only of themselves to share their talents and education with those that we serve, but their checkbooks with the foundation. 93 of our 97 employees have given of their own finances foundation. Let me tell you something. I'm very proud of all. I'm humbled, quite frankly. I continue to be humbled working at Tri-County as we continue to exploit the Tri-County way. It's the most gracious and giving group of people that I've certainly ever been associated with. And as a result, we're helping a lot of people. By the sheer nature of our jobs, being educators, we help people. This truly is the icing on the cake. And what's happening is being a part of something much bigger than ourselves. I have several stories I can share with you, and I probably will share 1 or 2 before I'm through here in just a few minutes. So I want to say thank you to the 93 people who have embraced our vision, Vision 2020, to ultimately raise $5 million for the foundation. We're well on our way. And what that 93 does for me is I visit with other individuals about where we're going in terms of getting rid of federal dollars for all the students. And I can say that 93 of our 97 employees is contributing. That is a very powerful story. The second number I want to share with you today is 27,330. The 93 employees that I'm referring to contribute $27,330 in 2012. I'd like to give yourselves a hand. That's huge. That is a lot of money and helped a lot of people. That money helped provide food for our students, helped provide tuition assistance for our students. It helped to keep the gas on in some homes, electricity on some homes, it paid for eyeglasses, it paid for dental work, things that you traditionally don't think of a school paying for. We do that because we want our students to stay in school. I can assure you that money helped our students stay in school. Our initial goal with the foundation was to provide enough income from our foundation to ensure anyone who wanted to attend Tri-County the ability to do so, regardless of their ability to pay. And we're well on our way. We helped a lot of people. And it probably has a lot to do with the fact that one of the reasons that we had the highest completion retention rate in the state of Oklahoma and the highest placement rate last year has a lot to do with this last year. I think we knew that would happen. The final number I want to share with you today is 671. That represents the hopes and dreams of 671 students that all of you helped. 93 people that gave you $27,000 impacted 671 lives. One of those lives you know very well. We all came to know Joetta Benjamin. Joetta last year has become the face of Tri-County in some ways. The night of our Christmas party, I stopped at the Cherokee Casino and visited with the food and beverage manager there. Visited with her about Joetta. Joetta's at Cherokee Casino, if you didn't know that. And the food and beverage manager told me it's the best worker she's ever had in 15 years of food and beverage management. She works circles around the youngins. She's doing everything she can to get her on full time. Joetta's not Cherokee, and they typically hire Cherokee, so I think they may have helped her get a full-time job. I haven't called her lately. But why I tell you about Joetta is because Joetta is, well, she's that person that really needed us. Not only did she need the skill that we helped her with, she's very talented, but she was bridges out of poverty, single mom, 5 kids. You never saw her with a bad attitude. And it seemed like she was always in pain because of her back. But I promise you, beyond a shadow of a doubt, without the help of the foundation, Joetta would not have finished this program. I don't know how many rules and laws that Kim and Tara broke helping support her, but I don't care because she graduated. And she's just one example. There's 670 others that received food at Christmas and Thanksgiving because of your generosity. And our students are getting food daily because of the food bank, the bright idea that one of our talented educators brought to our attention. So those 3 numbers are powerful. I am proud of the 93, but as I said before, and make no mistake about it, I think that number should be 100% of our employees. I believe that those that benefit from the foundation should contribute to the foundation. And as a result of being more than Tri-County being educators, we all benefit. It's really a self-fulfilling prophecy because we're taking care of our own livelihoods in so many ways. So I'd like to see that. I'd also like to see that 27,330 grow to 30,000. I'd like to issue that challenge today. I'll issue you the Trailblazer campaign. And to get to that $30,000 isn't really that hard. Last year I told you that I was committing $10,000 over 3 years. I'm in my 2nd year and plan to contribute $3,300 this year. I have 4 others in the room that have already stepped up, and that puts us at just over $7,000. That was $23,000. We're 25% there with just 5 people. So to be a member of the Trailblazer campaign means that the other 90 employees in Tri-County give $11 a paycheck. That's 80 cents a day. Or about half the cost of that Coke that so many of you said you were going to give up as a New Year's resolution. So I'd ask you to consider helping me help our students with that commitment. I am proud of all of you. I'm proud of what we're accomplishing. I'm very proud of what the foundation is doing. I think we've just begun to scratch the surface. We have lots of things planned for this year. There's really no end in sight. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being a part of Tri-County. Thank you for being a part of this foundation. And thank you for helping me help the ones we serve. This time, as we wrap up, I'm going to ask Tara to come up and share a few more details with you about the Trailblazer campaign and the Superintendent Circle. I think all of you are aware that Tara was named Executive Director of the Foundation back in June and has done a great job with that foundation. The foundation has been in place for over 40 years now. It has really just begun. So she's done a great job working with the Board of Trustees. So let's welcome Tara to share with you.
I appreciate that very much. And working with the foundation has created a lot of opportunities for me as a professional and just as a person wanting to grow in my position here at Tri-County. So I really appreciate the opportunities I've had with that. Some numbers that would be of interest to most of us would be that last year, we awarded $27,000 in scholarships, tuition scholarships to full-time and short-term recipients. And I wanted to brag on that a little bit because that number is pretty astounding when you look at it. We're going to increase that number, even as big as it is. This year, we've increased the allotted amount towards full-time and short-term scholarships to $40,000. So that's a pretty substantial increase in that amount, $10,000 in 1 year. So I thank you for being able to have that increase. The next number I want to talk about was an increase that we had in the individual assistance. Mr. Fields talked about the emergency assistance that we provide, the food bank, and the doctor visits, the dental visits, things that people just really don't have emergency funds set aside for, and we want to keep them as students in our programs. And we're increasing that number this year from $13,000 in 2012 to $20,000 in 2013. So another substantial increase. I mention these numbers because I want people to realize that we're being very efficient with the money that is given to the foundation, and we're all good fiscal servants of our money that comes through Tri-County, and I want people to be assured that it's touching many, many lives. 671 people, as Mr. Fields mentioned, and that's a lot of people that reap benefits from money that was given from lots of us and from outside organizations and corporations. And, you know, I was very touched. I look back there and I see Tanya and she brought to us, with her connections and relationships that she has, the Big Heart Community Foundation offered $500 in a scholarship to help with the food bank. And things like that, when I have those come through, the mail, over the phone, whatever it might be, I'm touched by that, because chances are that little community foundation doesn't have a lot of extra money to give, and they find it a value to be able to serve our students. So we're very privileged to have connections and relationships from employees out in other areas here in our communities. So thank you, Tanya, and please take that back to your group as well. So let's give them a hand. Last year, when we stood before you and talked about the foundation, we introduced the Superintendent Circle, and that was the Superintendent Circle of Giving. And we were looking to have charter members come into our Superintendent Circle for the 2012 year. And we're happy to report that we have 45 people that made it into our Superintendent Circle. We brought in some honorary people that were key people in relationships throughout our community that were helping assist us, maybe not necessarily by writing a check directly to our foundation, but by their connections leading us to other corporate donations. So we have to be gracious and giving to people that lead us where we want to go as a foundation, and we really appreciate that. So the Superintendent Circle, when we introduced that, we talked about having something special to cap off the year for those that were charter members in that. And our special event is going to take place this spring. We're finalizing the date. We have it narrowed down to 2, and it will be in the month of April. And as soon as we have a finalization for our speaker, then I'm going to be rolling out save the date invitations for everybody that's a member of that. And as Mr. Fields and I visited about the importance of employees being involved in our foundation, he said, you know, maybe we should think about the Superintendent Circle for this year. And one thing that he and I visited pretty in depth about was that we really want people to be in our Superintendent Circle. In order to be in the Superintendent Circle, you have to donate a minimum of $21 per paycheck, which is $42 a month, which puts you at a total of $500 in giving for the year. And Mr. Fields made a decision that we would welcome people, if you have not done that in the past and you would like to increase your amount giving beginning on your January 31st paycheck to the $21 per paycheck as a minimum, that we would like to invite anybody that is new into that category to this event that we're having in the spring. So hopefully that'll get some interest for people. The event's going to be a very classy event. It will be held here in our beautiful event center, and we're looking forward to having, right now we're looking at about 150 people in attendance, and we would welcome many more. So please consider that as you look at what you're capable of giving over this next year. The foundation is welcoming Jason Hopkins as our new chairperson for this year, and many of you know Jason Hopkins from BMI Health Plans, and I think he'll be a real asset to what we're going to grow and learn and become within our foundation. And we're building a brochure right now so that we will have some materials that we're able to hand out and visit with people about the great things that are happening in our foundation. We'll have those within the next few weeks, and we'll be sharing put those in your hands. So as you're out and about in the community, that you can share the great things that are happening with the foundation with others that you encounter. Okay? Any questions? All right, thank you very much. As I was talking, my lovely assistants, Tanya and Cindy, went around, and I think Jade Ann may have helped too, and placed a donation card at your table. Now, LaVon is the one who gets the pleasure of doing all these changes for us on our payroll. So in order to make things easy for LaVon, if you are continuing with what you had been giving, I still would like you to fill out one of these cards, okay? So please fill it out. If you're going to make changes, this card is the place that I want you to do that. If you're doing a one-time donation, this is what the card is for as well. On the back of it, it talks about people that qualify for matching grants through COP and Phillips 66. So it gives you direct instructions on how to go about securing your matching funds for that. So please take a few minutes and fill out those cards and get them. You can either leave them here on the table, and I'll be happy to collect them, or put them into LaVon's box, or if you want to be even more so private about it, you're welcome to walk them right into her office and place them in her hands. Okay, thank you.
Do we have any other announcements? All right, then have a great weekend.